philosophy on economics and the market system can be seen in the story by which the market itself is founded. In the time of our foremothers, the idea of the market was unknown to the people of the world. People did not exchange with each other. Rather, everyone produced and everyone ate what came directly from their hands. People do not live long, nor know each other beyond their small family bands. Everyone lived in these small, closed societies, enclaves, where at best, they could appeal to family when they needed help, and no one else. Because of this, the people of the world did not travel, nor venture beyond their tiny enclave. They were therefore ignorant of the world and ignorant of the human family, as well as themselves. For as the Ilu says, a child who travels is wiser than a gray-haired person who does not. But some hands were more productive than others. One of note was the great Lolo Asaju, a woman of great intelligence and industry, who was able to create a surplus from her own farm. The people of her enclave knew her as a hard worker, and her ability for hard work was only rivaled by her generosity in the eyes of her people. So she produced more than she could hold, and from her bountifulness she gave to those in need. She gave and she gave until even neighboring enclaves began hearing about this generous, hardworking woman, and therefore gathered to receive what she had to offer. Lolo Asaju began to see a multitude of people gathering, and one day she decided to fill her baskets with the produce of her farm, which were ede, cocoyam, ji, yam, okra, other vegetables that she would use to change the world on this day. She laid the baskets down, and they were so big they could be seen from a great distance. And from this great distance, the people scattered throughout the world did the unspeakable. They left their enclaves and came to her to receive their portion of her generosity. Her baskets were so rich and so deep that she gave what she could for 2 days straight. And as she gave, the women from surrounding enclaves gathered and were amazed and inspired by the generosity and industry of this great woman. So that when this great Lolo asked them to bring their own wares and follow her example, they did just that. 3 other women joined in giving out their surpluses, and together the 4 gave what they could for an additional 3 days. And on the 4th day, more women had joined, and this was a great blessing because as the Ilu says, having many hands at work is enjoyable, but having many mouths to feed is embarrassing. And as these women gathered, the people from around the world came to receive their portion of their generosity, to enjoy the jokes at the gathering and the conversation around the women. This spot was so filled with life and joy that those who came empty-handed began making promises. They promised to the women who gave them their surpluses that they will return and compensate the women in order to balance their generosity going and to keep the current of generosity going so that these women's baskets will never go empty. Amazed by this new culture or creation, the men of the community decided to build a shed for the women to protect them from the heat and the elements. And after finishing the shed, they stayed around the market to relax and exchange with the women, partaking in the life and joy they had created with this event. It was on Nkwo Day that Lolo Asaju brought out her wares for the first time, and so this center was known as Onu Nkwo, the mouth of Nkwo. And because of what she saw, the Abara of the land moved into the market to make that market her home and vowed to protect the market as her own. The Abara of the land decreed that Nkwo is a holy day for these people and gave the instruction to open this market.